We got a schedule. We're going to Vegas. 117 days until the Bears opener. CHGO Bears schedule special starts right now. Welcome into the CHGO Bears schedule release special.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of the year. And before you rush your computers right now to book your trips to Vegas, don't do that because we'll give you the details here in a little bit, but it's going to be our big True Fan travel trip this year. So you're going to want to come with us. Details coming up on our events page. I believe it's already live. In fact, I know it is because I already tweeted it out. But we got a schedule. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Greg Braggs Jr. here with you.
I mean, I think we got to start the show out with Gritty. $100 super chat, full excitement, representing all of Bears fans right now. Look at Gritty. Ben Johnson, guide us. Virginia, bless us. Gritty, thank you for kicking us off tonight with a big 100. Thank you. And listen, this is I thought Greg and I did a great job yesterday. We missed you, Hoge. We almost had the bookend of Detroit right. We had the Vikings on Monday Night Football. I thought we did great work anticipating the way the NFL would go about their business. So shout out. I rarely pat myself on the back on this show.
Based on our pre-show meeting, it sounded like you guys got everything wrong.
But we were close. We were right there. we were in the ballpark occasionally. So I thought we did a great job yesterday. This is it's fun to see how this is all playing out. I love the start of the season. I think everybody does.
No, I mean, it's exciting. You got Bears Vikings right out the gate. Monday Night Football in Chicago. I think it sets up real nicely. I mean, if you're going to play J.J. McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell, first game, them trying to figure that out. All bets are off in a week one affair. So I think obviously the home field advantage is always the equalizer. So I'm really looking forward to that. Personally, be able to watch the whole slate of the NFL schedule.
Don't give all away our whole show right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I can tell. We got
calm down.
We got a lot to get to break this whole thing down. But here is your official Bears schedule.
Yeah.
I'll run through it for you right now, and it does start Monday night at home against the Minnesota Vikings on ABC and ESPN. Victory, obviously. Week 2, Bears go to Detroit. Little surprising that's just a noon Fox game, as it is Ben Johnson's Detroit homecoming. Didn't get a featured window there. However, week 3 is your late afternoon big window game, nationally televised late afternoon game against the Dallas Cowboys on Fox. Matt Eberflus is homecoming to Chicago as the Cowboys defensive coordinator.
What up, Flusy?
Week 4 is your trip to Las Vegas. That is a late afternoon game, obviously, because it is in the Pacific time zone. Week 5 is a bye week. Week 6, another Monday nighter against, this time, the Washington Commanders. Nothing went wrong there last year at all. Week 7, Bears come back home for their third home game of the season. It is their first home noon game, October 19th, against the New Orleans Saints. Then back-to-back road trips in week 8 and 9 to AFC North opponents. They'll go play the Baltimore Ravens and then the Cincinnati Bengals. Both of those games at noon. Both of those are among the tougher road games on the schedule in 2025. Then they return home week 10, the New York Giants on November 9th. That's also a noon game. They then go to Minnesota Sunday, November 16th in week 11 to play the Minnesota Vikings at noon. They come back home. We'll see if this is an Aaron Rodgers game or not. Sunday, November 23rd against the Pittsburgh Steelers at noon. That's in week 12. And then week 13, we knew this one already, Black Friday at Philadelphia. Certainly a tough game. That is a 2 p.m. Central kickoff on Friday, November 28th. Finally, the last 5 games to wrap up the schedule. Week 14, they go to Green Bay at noon on Sunday, December 7th. Sunday, December 14th, home against the Browns. Saturday, December 20th, this one was also previously announced. The Packers come to Soldier Field in Week 16. Then the Bears will go to San Francisco, second to last game of the season, a Sunday night game against the San Francisco 49ers. They close up at home against the Lions on a game that will be determined later, whether that's Saturday or Sunday in Week 18. Closing against the Lions could be a big one. That is your 2025 Chicago Bears schedule. So here's what we want to do, how we're going to break this thing down.
Big topic from the Hoge right now.
Break this down in different categories. We're starting with the thank you very much NFL game, where we'd like to thank the NFL schedule makers for doing the Bears a solid. This was actually a stretch for me. I actually found way more reasons to complain about the schedule from a schematic standpoint, from a wins-loss perspective. We also, don't worry, don't get me wrong, we have very selfish categories too that we're going to go through that are more about us, the individual. You may know my co-host, Mark Carman. He is a me guy. This will be very, very...
I've got so many me thoughts about this whole schedule. It's frightening, actually, and I'm
but this is more to do with the Bears.
Yeah.
So I think we have some good ones to point out here. I'm going to look down the schedule a little bit. And look, I hope Aaron Rodgers is the Steelers quarterback. I think it would be great from a storyline perspective if the Bears can finally beat Aaron Rodgers again. Just to send him off, finally get that win against Rodgers, who owns the Bears at Soldier Field. But I don't know if you've checked out the Steelers quarterback situation, really their entire roster. It's not that impressive. And certainly, if they don't have Rodgers at quarterback, they're going to put Mason Rudolph out there. So where I'm going with this is, I'm not personally scared of Aaron Rodgers, but I do like the fact that this game was not scheduled until Sunday, November 23rd, because what are the odds, even if he's on the team, that he's actually still playing by then? He's old. He's going to be hurt. He's going to be at least banged up. So if there was the case that Aaron Rodgers is the only reason why the Bears wouldn't win this very winnable game otherwise, there's a high likelihood he won't even be playing. So thank you to the NFL for scheduling the Steelers later in the season. That's a guaranteed Bears victory.
I like that. I
just stretched for that one if you couldn't tell.
It's one thing to win games. It's another thing to win games and enjoy life. And the NFL did the Bears a huge solid the way they start the season off. Monday night with Minnesota is sweet. Everybody's paying attention. You get a little extra Sunday to watch games. We'll talk about that more. You go on the road to play the rival instantly, the Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell thing. That's awesome. So it's going to be intense. And then the Flus is coming here. That's going to be intense too. But what I'm pointing out is the Raiders game. Week 4, you go to Las Vegas. And what do you want to do when you go to Las Vegas? You want to have a good time. So the fact that the Bears have a bye after the Week 4 game, they literally can go kick the Raiders' ass and then go right to the casino for the next 3 days and hang out at the pool and just reset themselves and then come on back. It is the perfect toast to the Bears from the NFL. Just stay in Vegas, chill out, enjoy yourself. We'll see you with True Fan Travel and wherever else you want to do out there. I think it's a really nice little thank you to the NFL. The Bears get to hang out in Vegas into their bye week. They'll come back super relaxed and, ready to go. It's perfect.
Do you know something we don't? Because I'm fairly certain they'll just get on a plane after the game and fly home to Chicago.
No. I've already talked to the big shooters on the team.
Well, and
they're just going to hang out.
And to add to that, though, instead of playing the Raiders later in the year when it might be colder, I know Vegas isn't like Chicago, but still earlier in the year, it's going to be warmer.
Yeah.
So I like that part of it too.
You can still go to the pool.
Get to the pool.
Can you imagine going to the pool at Circa, just hanging out?
Yep.
There's no show tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Sorry, I tried to tell you without saying it out loud.
Yeah.
No show tweet?
No show tweet.
Yeah.
I got you, Gregory.
Well,
Gregory, I got you. Why don't you give us your
got it.
No.
You guys just keep doing
got
it.
He was
you.
having some technical difficulties early, so I don't.
Oh, technical
I don't know.
difficulties?
Regardless,
There it is.
thank you.
Having phone issues. So I might chuck it at some point in the show. No, for me, I think I spoiled it early on because I'm so excited. But this week 1 affair, Monday Night Football. I know there's some fans out there that don't like primetime, especially week 1. Either way, come on, guys. Let's be a little tougher. Let's be a little tougher than that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because for me, primetime will always hold a special place, and that's whether we do this show or not, because I get to watch the rest of the NFL in peace for the entire day. The Lions play the Packers at 3 o'clock on Sunday. I get to now watch that with nothing else going on. This
is not the selfish category.
What's that?
This is what's helping the Bears.
Okay, but it's still great. No, this is a thank you very much. That's what you put. So I am thanking the NFL for putting Minnesota week 1 for my selfish reasons first, but then obviously second for the team. Most importantly, maybe should be first. JJ McCarthy in his first start. That's going to be something that, is going to be a challenge for him on the road, returning to the team that he loved. Obviously being home field advantage, I think there's going to be a bit of an equalizer there. And I could even give you some stats, Mark. Carman, go ahead.
No, please do, Gregory.
Would you like to hear it? What were you going to say?
Well, we're getting some great super chats coming out of here, and I'm very excited that on a scheduled release show, we're getting people that we don't get to normally watch us live at noon, which is exciting me. But keep going with your stat, and then I'll shout out Justin Frost.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out too, because it was some good homework done here earlier today, and it was some notes here on Dennis Allen's defense dramatically shifting. So shout out to @BenJohnsonGoat. These were the stats he gave out. Yeah. Dennis Allen's defense dramatically shifts based on QB experience. Against rookies, he dials up pressure and disguises. Against vets, he plays coverage and plays more chess. Here's how he attacks each. Versus rookie QBs, shout out once again to Ben Johnson Goat. You are the GOAT for today. Versus rookie QBs, blitz rate jumps to 30 to 55%. Heavy man match and fire zone blitzes. DBs and nickels fly in from wide alignments. Allen wants to speed up the clock and bait mistakes. And versus veterans, the blitz rate drops to below 20%, leaning on 2 high shells, quarters, and 2-man. So that is, for me, that's going to be the equalizer, is J.J. McCarthy trying to figure out the speed of the NFL. 1 game in, I'm sure him and Kevin McConnell are going to have it figured out at some point, but week 1 is going to be a tall order for them.
And Kevin O'Connell, too.
They're going to I love that. He's going to blast it. Hey, Justin Frost, thank you so much. $50. Finally, I get to be able to watch you guys live again. Been listening to Hogan, Johns, and CHGO from day one. I listen to you guys every day on the way home from work. Fellas, keep up the great work. Bear down and F Green Bay.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. You're the man. Great to have you with us.
And we talked to Kevin O'Connell at the Super Bowl.
We did.
And he said how him and Ben Johnson will exchange texts and exchange plays. So I wonder how much of that's going to be going on now that
KOC does not hate Ben Johnson like Matt LaFleur hates Ben Johnson, which is a fun part of the schedule, by the way.
All right, Steven, before we take our first break, and we're going to have to speed this whole thing up, obviously, what is your thank you very much NFL game?
Thank you, NFL, for scheduling the Cowboys early in the season. Dak Prescott had the hamstring avulsion last year, which is pretty much the hamstring getting torn off the bone. It's going to take them a little bit longer to gel with some of the new pieces they have. We'll see if he's even all that healthy to start. I think that getting the Cowboys early in the season is a good thing for the Bears.
That's a good one.
I like it too. I love Flus early. I was an early Flus was the Flus that I needed.
Yep. All right, we have a lot more to get to, and we're also, before we get out of here, going to make predictions for all of the games. Of course, how could you not? But first,
Adam Hoge, that's right. I want to tell you, when you want to bet on the Bears this season, you want to do it with our friends at Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Customers, you get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. How do you do that? Well, you sign up and use the code CHGO365. You deposit $10. You place a bet for $5. They give you $150 in bonus bets. Once again, win or lose. And what they got going on right now, you're watching the NBA, the NHL, whatever, they got the early payout offer. With that 365 payout offer, your team goes up by 20. Instant payout. It's beautiful. It's on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the app. Use the code CHGO365 when you sign up. That is the breaking news from Bet365. New customers, $150 in bonus bets, $5 win or lose. Sign up, use the code, deposit those $10, and yes, you're living dream. Bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You do have to be 21 or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER in-app only.
And the time has come to get some new golf clubs. Do what I did and go to PXG. I should have used those new golf clubs today. It was a very big. There's a missed opportunity.
You played today?
No, I said I didn't. I should have.
Oh, okay.
With the night show, I should have. Instead, I wrote a sentence on every single, all 91 players on the Bears roster. There's a little teaser for you.
I'm so excited for next week.
Yeah. But I did go to my local PXG store for a fitting late last year, and I'm all set up for this season. They make the best golf clubs, period. You should do this too. Go check them out because it's the fastest way to improve your performance on the golf course. It's a PXG fitting. The PXG fitters are highly trained, incredibly experienced. They have a deep understanding of how to optimize your club to get the most out of your swing, and they're just fun too. You're going to learn a lot while you're there. They're going to fit you with the right clubs. You're going to learn a lot about your own swing, your distances, and all that. So go there just for the knowledge and for no other reason. Schedule your fitting today, and for a limited time, you could save up to 20% off your entire order. So head over to pxg.com/CHGO. That's pxg.com/CHGO to save up to 20% off your entire order. pxg.com/CHGO. Restrictions apply. See site for details. All right. Time for us to give you a little bit more details on True Fan Travel. Hopefully, you're one of the many people that were able to come out with us last year to Arizona, or even the bigger trip that was in London. Those that came with us loved it. Everybody had a great time, and we're running it back this year with True Fan Travel because they take care of everything, all the details. It's first class all the way.
They are great, second to none.
Yeah,
with travel services.
If you like to just be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy fun while you're on these Bears trips, this is what they specialize in. Fan travel. That's why they're called True Fan Travel. And they're a great partner this year. Run it back this year. Obvious choice of games and trips this year is we're going to Las Vegas. All the details are up right now. allchgo.com/events. And I know there's a lot of questions. There should be an email address in there if you need to contact True Fan Travel about some of the questions. But the biggest question we always get is, yes, if you do not live in Chicago, you can come on this. The airfare is an additional add-on. You can do it if you want, if you're coming from Chicago. But if you're coming from elsewhere, you already live out west, whatever, you can still sign up with all the other things and not have to worry about your travel. You can get there on your own. And we have a lot of fun the entire time. You get to hang out with us. I know we're going to have, some of the players that ex-players, I should say, that do our content here with us at CHGO there with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Braggs will be drunk the entire trip, and so you can try to match him. And I'll be giving tennis lessons somewhere in Las Vegas at some point to anybody who wants to come out and learn the great game, and then we can talk Bears afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in Arizona, and even in London, if you are in the area, you can have your choice to come out and pick between different things. So, I mean, True Fan Travel is the total package. They are second to none when it comes to helping out the fan. Trust me when I say this. If you're heading to Vegas, sign up for this trip. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee that.
Crystal will be there. It's going to be amazing.
All right. And we'll continue to talk about that a lot but we want to make sure that was good to go today with the schedule coming out. I know people want to book their trips to Vegas, so go check that out now.
True Fan Travel, baby.
It is now time for our Taking the Temp segment. Brand new segment here on the show. It is brought to you by your local trusted experts, Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com as we continue to take the temperature on the Bears schedule, which was just released. And we're going to continue by doing that. We fire off some heat here on the Bears got screwed game. Okay? And I'm going to give you this. It's kind of a combo for me, but I don't love the Week 5 bye. The bye week worked against the Bears last year. They were rolling. Felt like they won the Super Bowl in London. They went on the bye. They came back. And where'd they go?
Washington.
Right.
And what happened?
Not something bad.
My heart broke, and that was the last time I was happy.
They proceeded to lose 10 games in a row. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen again. I'm not that worried about that. But in general, I don't like the idea of an early season bye. I think it's way better to have buys later in the season. You can always talk yourself into some advantage. But I'm thinking about this more like from an entertainment standpoint. Bears are going to have this bye week. They're going to be rolling after their win in Vegas and another true fan travel trip. And then we're going to have 2 weeks to sit on the idea of a rematch in Washington, thoughts of a Hail Mary, and even worse, that game is on Monday Night Football. So we get to sit there all day on Monday as ESPN covers this start to finish. And what do you think they're going to play over and over and over and over again until that game starts? Don't like it. Just from an optics standpoint, they got screwed with this bye week into a Monday night game in Washington. Doesn't mean I don't think they can't win the game or will win the game. But
they should have won the game last year. Okay. So
I don't know what that has to do with anything now.
Well, because my point is the bye week worked until the final play when players that won't be named were turning around and yelling to the fans thinking we had won. So if they just play it exactly and actually turn and face the field this time, then we're going to win. So I like the bye week leading up to that game. I like that it's on Monday Night Football because, again, get to watch the entire Sunday slate. So, no, they're going to win that game. Payback. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Mark it down. Braggs has them winning. No problem. Hey, look, I made an argument earlier in the week that the Bears could potentially catch the Steelers napping after Thanksgiving. They're just sitting at home and they're having leftovers and just super relaxed with the family and they're not ready to come out and play. But I'm sorry, as I talk about just the Bears and their lives, playing at 2 o'clock on the Friday after Thanksgiving, that sucks. I mean, when are you leaving? I assume you're
on Thanksgiving.
You're leaving on Thanksgiving. What time are you leaving?
Probably like when they normally do, around 1.
Around 1. So you can come up, you get up, and maybe you can have breakfast. And then, sorry, I got to go because we're playing at 2 o'clock on Black Friday, and we're going to get our ass kicked by the Eagles. And that just like, I guess I somewhat like that. It's a game that you're going to be a heavy underdog in, and so there's that part. Like it's at least if you don't have your focus and you lose, that it's a game that probably wasn't going to go your way. But that 2 o'clock on Black Friday, that's brutal. That is the NFL not doing you a favor.
But you'll have a bunch of leftover Thanksgiving food. So if they were theoretically to get beat by the Eagles, you just eat all that leftover food and pass out by halftime.
I'm going to do that anyway, but yeah, okay. That's good, though. That's good.
That's my
Greg
thought.
Continues to think about himself during this exercise instead of the Bears winning or losing the game.
This is the Bears got
This
screwed
is where
game.
I'm going to think about the Bears because this is where the Bears got screwed. Because I'm looking at the playoff picture, okay? You guys are looking at this early season stuff, but I'm looking at the end of the year, week 17. Bears got screwed because you got to play Green Bay and Detroit, and in between that, you got to go on the road on primetime at San Francisco. They couldn't have given us the Browns or the Saints or the Giants. I mean, come on. It's a hard enough slate to finish the year. You got Detroit at home to finish the year. You got Green Bay at home. But sandwiched in between is a really tough road game against San Francisco. I don't love that. That's the one game on this schedule where I look at it and the way it lays out. That's a tough way to finish your last 3 games, and really, your 4 of your last 5, 5 of your last 6. That's a tough look all the way from Thanksgiving on.
I'm gonna let Steven give his here, but I have a note that has to do with all of these in this category that we've given, because it impacts. There's something that's common about all 4 of these games that we're giving here in the Bears got screwed category. Steven, you can go ahead and give yours though.
Yeah, I think just you get at Eagles first, and that is in week 13, week 13. They go at Eagles, defending Super Bowl champion, and then right after that you go at Packers. I'm kind of piggybacking off of what Braggs is thinking here. This is a late season stretch, and you have to go up against 2 very difficult teams back to back, both on the road. I don't love it. They got screwed there.
But you get extra time for Green Bay, though. I like that.
So there's that aspect to it. But so you can either look at this as a positive or negative. I count 5 games that the Bears are coming into on short rest.
See, that's where it gets interesting.
And Warren Sharp talks about this every year. I'm sure he's got some graphic coming out already that I haven't seen, where he talks about rest advantage. And it's one of those things that the NFL, I don't feel like, pays enough attention to. And there's certainly a differential where some teams have a great plus-minus rest advantage compared to others. Now, I haven't done the math on the entire schedule, but if we just look at this, yeah, cool. Bears, Monday Night Football to start. Great. Turn around, go to Detroit next week. You just lost a day of rest. You don't have an off day because you're going straight in. I mean, you're going to have Tuesday off, but then you got to quickly look at your iPads and get ready for the Lions, a really tough game on the road.
Yeah, that's one.
Okay, that's the first one. Then we go down after the next Monday Nighter, okay, which, again, it's coming off a bye, so you got plenty of time to prepare for Washington, but it's a road game on Monday night, so you're getting home in the middle of the night. Quick turnaround, right back to work. You don't really have your day off that week. At least it's a home game against the Saints following that.
That's a good thing.
All right, now we go further down. Steelers into the Black Friday game. So at least it's not Sunday to Thursday, and the Bears did catch a break here because they have no Thursday games. That's something we should point out as one of the positives. But this is technically their short week game because they'll go Sunday to Friday and play the Eagles. All right. Again, now if you want to look at it on the positive spin, they get an extra couple days to prepare for the Packers the following.
Yeah, but Green Bay's actually playing Detroit on Thanksgiving. So
actually you have a day less than your opponent.
We have a day less,
which is what Warren Sharp computes in the rest differential. It has to do with the opponent you're playing that week. All right, and then you go from that Browns game to the Saturday Packer game. Again, it's like playing Monday night to Sunday. You're losing that day. So that's the 4th one I counted, right? And then the 5th one, I count this as a short rest because I mentioned earlier when you're playing a road primetime game, you fly home in the middle of the night. Well, when you're on the West Coast playing Sunday night against the San Francisco 49ers, you literally land the following morning back in Chicago.
That's a stretch. You're stretching there.
How am I stretching it?
I'm just saying that's Hoge math there for a short week. They get a full week. These guys are big boys. They can handle that.
Okay.
If
you can handle it, Cole. I know you're watching.
Well, he did a show on this network last year where he specifically talked about how tough that was.
But he also said that they like the short weeks.
Yeah, but they don't have those short weeks.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Green Bay right now. Week 15, they're at Denver, a 3:25 kick. So they will get home later on that Sunday than the Bears will playing the Browns in Week 15.
And the other thing, too.
If you're looking for
I'm just saying, when you play that Sunday night game, you come home Monday. At least you still get your Tuesday off day. But you just talked. I just actually helped your point, Greg, because you brought up about how that San Francisco game was sandwiched between the Packers and the Lions. Well, now you're coming off and not having a lot of rest, too, on a red-eye flight from the West Coast. It's not ideal going into what could be a massive Week 18 game against the Lions.
Also, most players, and Cole's talked about it when he's in here, they hate Monday night. They don't like waiting through the whole week. They don't like, you got to wait through the whole day. They don't like playing at night. It's a tough, Monday night is tough.
All right, so spin zone though. First one hurts because you're trying to prep for at Detroit, which again,
both games against Detroit are short rest weeks.
That one's tough, but short rest against the Saints, that's advantage. We can take care of the Saints on short rest, no problem. And then the Thanksgiving week, short rest for both teams. But as me and Mark pointed out yesterday, holiday the day before, only one of those teams is going to be traveling and locked in. The other team is sitting in their comfy beds. This is the point Mark made, eating their Thanksgiving dinner with their families. But the Bears.
Not true. The Eagles will stay in a hotel on Thanksgiving night.
They will not. They're going to be with their family. They're going to be locked in. Bears are going to be locked in. The Eagles are just going to be screwing around, eating turkey. Okay? And then the Browns short week, where they're going to beat the Browns. So they're coming off a win on a short week, a little bit of momentum there. So there's my spin zone. But the first one and the last one, the Niners ones, those are tough ones.
17-0 is how to get us all cut up here. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
All right.
We got two more to get to. But first,
shout out to our friends at Lucy. After that segment, you definitely could use some nicotine. Just looking at the schedule right now, you take a little bit of the edge off. Let's level up your nicotine routine with our friends at Lucy. Go to lucy.co/CHGO and use the promo code CHGO2025. You get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. They've got different strengths, different flavors, all the good stuff. When you're picking what you want, again, by going to lucy.co, do that, and then use the code CHGO2025 to get 20% off. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product does contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
And we have it's been a while since we've had a later show, an evening show, which has allowed us all on the set to smell worse as the day goes along. But that's not really a problem for us anymore because we got Mando. We got Mando on board.
Oh, head to toe.
And we love Mando because they're unique from other deodorants. It's a whole body deodorant. It's safe to use anywhere on your body. Carm, would you like to give all the places? You don't have to. You seem to like to do that.
I do like to talk about all the areas, but just this is a professional situation with Mando. So yeah, it's not just the pits. It's get after the balls.
All the tough spots.
Get after the balls. Get underneath there. Get yourself to the next level, head to toe Mando.
Mando was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO is being misdiagnosed and mistreated. They have some great scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equals over 40% off your starter pack. Use code CHGO at shopmando.com. Shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show. Tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, boost your confidence from head to toe.
Mando.
With Mando. Absolutely. All right. Now we can get into what we're selfishly happy and not happy about.
I've been doing that.
Yeah, which Greg started the show doing. So there's more to come with that. The I'm selfishly happy game for me is week 1. Monday night. I love this. And not just because I don't have to get a text from Greg Braggs at 8 o'clock in the morning wondering where the hell I am. What time do I have to be at the tailgate week 1?
You're going to be at the tailgate Monday for Monday Night Football at 7 a.m.
No chance.
7 a.m.
3 p.m. sounds great.
going to be amazing.
Maybe even earlier. I'll come down. I'll beat traffic.
There you go. That's the spirit.
It is the spirit.
That's the spirit.
I love it. But that's like the fifth reason why I'm happy about the Monday
Our
night
tailgate
game.
is going to be lit that day.
That tailgate's going to be insane. I'm also happy because Zach Bryan has a concert at Notre Dame Stadium Saturday night, week 1. Adam Johnson's super happy about this. Was really worried about having to be at that 8 a.m. tailgate. Now I don't have to worry about it at all. So there's that. And I'm just dreaming about this weekend. We get the opener on Thursday night. We get the Brazil game on Friday night. We get all day to watch football on Sunday.
Yep.
Red zone. And then cover the Bears on Monday. It's a perfect opening weekend. I am very, very selfishly happy about the week 1 matchup.
So I'm actually with Hoge. I'm also going week 1, but mine is for a different reason. Before I got to join CHGO, and this is my 3rd season.
You don't regret it at all.
Greatest decision in the history of my life, for reals. I
got you.
Thank you, baby. But I was doing 7 years of Bears pre and post on WGN, so that's a decade long. Working every Sunday, it seems like. And this year, I think I can have my dream come true. As you all know out there, the U.S. Open final is on that Sunday. And my close friend, my buddy, good old Nick Wright, he's got great access to tickets. And I think this is the year that Carman heads to New York for the weekend, takes in plenty of football, but also is there for the men's final, hangs out that night in New York, catches up, flies back on Monday right to the tailgate. And I can tell you all about how Carlos Alcaraz beat Novak Djokovic.
And what time are you going to be at the tailgate?
3:23.
2:30.
2:30. Got it. I'll be there at 2:30. Men's final opening day. This could be the year. Thank you so much, NFL. Appreciate you.
Steven, you mind if I have the camera up for a second? You can just slide it over to reality. In case anybody was wondering why tennis is dying in America, the U.S. Open final is week 1 of the NFL schedule. I mean, if I could still say the F word on the show, I would. But instead, I'll just say, what the F are you doing? Who is scheduling this?
You never go up against the NFL. You fools.
Yeah, well, it's hard to actually do what you're talking about because, I don't know if you remember, but the NBA used to have Christmas Day. It's like, yeah, no, we'll take that.
Then you adapt.
Then, high school.
You don't go, we'll still have it.
Okay, high school football used to have Friday nights. Yeah, no, you can't have that. College football used to have yeah, no, we'll take that too. So even if the U.S. Open moved it to Saturday and pushed everything back a day, they'd probably take that too. But your point is valid. They might have to. I agree. They should slide things back one day, have the final be on Saturday.
Why don't they have the final on Monday as the lead-in to the Monday Night Football game?
Not a bad idea. I like that one too.
Well, lest we forget that this is the same operation that considered Carm as a ball boy.
I mean, I saw it in the chat earlier tonight.
Point.
I will be going back out there, and I hope to be, making the team this year. So there's that.
I don't know. That Achilles injury might hold you back.
So my
excellent
what
point.
I am selfishly
horrible moment for me to realize that I probably won't be healthy by tryouts because the way this thing's
You got to push through that one.
So for me, what I am selfishly
wait, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Worst case scenario, you tear that Achilles on the U.S. Open court. That would be a dream for you.
And that's good content too. And then they'd have to wheel me off from there. I could make a Jason Tatum type of crying. I'd be straight with him. It's not a bad idea.
That's a good point.
I'll think about
Greg.
it. You're up, Greg.
I'm gonna wheel you off here in a second so I can finish this stupid thought that I'm about to say. It's actually not stupid. What I'm selfishly happy for this year, I was waiting on pins and needles for this. We found out the Bears weren't going to play on Thanksgiving, playing on Black Friday. I'll take it. Last year, the Bears played on Thanksgiving. Had a nice time here, but it's just better to be with your family in your home, comfort of your home, on your couch. We get that this year. But because the Bears were playing Green Bay on that Saturday, December 20th, there were some that thought maybe that meant that they were going to have to play on Christmas Day. Maybe that was going to be against the Commanders.
I was worried about it.
And that was on the table. Well, schedule comes out today. Bears aren't playing on Christmas. So we not only get Thanksgiving with our family, we get Christmas with our family. For all of us here that have to work on these shows, and it's a big team. Obviously, Steven is our amazing producer, but we have a lot of people behind the scenes on game days, and so it's not just us here that has to really chip in when it comes to Bears game day. I mean, last year at Thanksgiving was obviously the moment that Matt Eberflus is about to get fired. We were waiting that whole night. We thought maybe he'd get fired that night. And so Thanksgiving really wasn't a thing for us selfishly. But at the same time, even if you took the job away, I like not having my team on holidays. I don't want them playing on holidays. I want to be able to sit back, watch other teams stress out, and enjoy my prime rib, enjoy the comforts of my home with my family, and then we'll let the rest of it shake itself out later.
Shout out Jenny, shout out Addie.
I'll give you one more.
Shut up,
well, I mean, it just the whole to piggyback on what you're saying. There was a year where the Bears played on Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I forget which one. It was all four. And my marriage survived. So that's when I knew we were pretty much bulletproof. But I'm kidding. But I've been following Matt Verderam's tweets today. The Chiefs the Chiefs have like every holiday. and he's like, I'm going to be divorced by New Year's.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. So I'm with you 100%. I was really worried about a Christmas game when I saw that they were playing on December 20th. So I that is something to be selfishly.
And Jeff Jungman is right. Maybe my family is upset that I'm going to be home for the holidays. Yeah. I mean, there was a run there from like till I was 27 years old that I ruined like 25 Christmases with my big mouth.
Steven, what do you got here?
Well, since this is about me, I think what makes me happy is the Bears winning. So I haven't been very happy for quite a while now. So I'm looking at Week 18 against the Lions, and I'm saying that selfishly makes me happy because the Lions will probably be running away with this division. They're going to rest their starters so the Bears can fight for a wild card spot.
Running away with the division?
Yeah. The Lions are so good. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Okay, let's address this right now because we're going to end up talking about this a lot before the season starts. If Ben Johnson is what everyone says he is, what we think he is, then that means the Lions are going to be missing Ben Johnson very severely this year.
Take that, Steven.
How is that not being talked about enough? Like, I feel like this is the biggest loss any team suffered the entire offseason was the Detroit Lions losing Ben Johnson. How are they just going to be running away in the very competitive division?
They still have a ton of talented players.
They suck.
Okay.
Take that, Don Burr.
Well, Vegas.
I'm kidding, obviously. They're probably still going to win the division. But I just don't think they'll be running away with it.
Vegas dropped them to 10.5 wins. They had the biggest.
They should be dropped down there.
There's a major drop.
What does Vegas know?
Everything.
Money.
Week 1, by the way, I'm just looking at all the games. Like, what do you watch at noon? I think you watch Justin Fields against his former team, the Jets hosting the Steelers. That's kind of fun. 3:25, Lions and Packers. That's sweet. It's a nice Week 1 right there. Outside of the Cowboys.
I'm all in on Week 1. I want Week 1 right now. 116 days.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I don't, because I really want summer too.
So
you absolutely don't.
It's like last year, though, right? To go back over, there's a Thursday night game, obviously, the opener for the Eagles, and then there's a Friday game.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because I am with Carm on that one. Friday night football, high school football.
Nah, I like it.
I literally got home last year just in time to watch Jordan Love's injury. That was the first play I watched of that game.
First Thursday night game after
Week
1.
The Grim Reaper.
I am. So I should watch more Packers games is what you're saying.
Green Bay hosts the Commanders in Week 2 on Thursday night.
All right. We got to get one more quick break in here, and then we will get to our last category and predict the entire schedule, which is kind of a waste of time. We all know they're going to go 17-0, but we'll do it anyway. But first, I got this one, Carm. New vehicles are in store at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This is your chance to score a great deal during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today to choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram vehicles. Right now, you can lease the new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE for only $245 a month. for 24 months. That, by the way, the 4xe is the plug-in hybrid. That's a great price, I can tell you. $245 a month. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000 with a friendly team of brand experts. The team at Race CDJR is there to help you during each step of your car shopping journey. Plus, they have raised price promise, so you can shop confidently with no add-ons or hidden fees ever. The price you see is the price you pay. It is that simple. And don't miss out on the employee pricing plus sales event for huge savings on the Jeep Grand Cherokee. For more information, visit Race CDJR today on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online at racecdjr.com. They've been serving the community since 1963.
Shout out to our friends at Game Time Tickets. Perfect day for us to be talking about Game Time because that's right. You now know your fall calendar. Tickets are available. And yes, Game Time is your life hack for unlocking the most amazing seats and experiences for a great price. Game Time makes scoring NFL tickets faster and easier. Exclusive discounts, great seats for as low as $100. Game Time guarantee means that you can trust that they're 100% authentic NFL tickets on time. And, of course, the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. There isn't that sticker shock at the end like you might see on other websites. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, one more time, create that account. Use the code CHGO, $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices.
Guaranteed.
All
right. Final category. Then we will predict the entire schedule. The I'm selfishly pissed game. And I'm going to go to December 20th. Bears-Packers on a Saturday. There's two reasons for this. One is I can almost guarantee you that I will have some family Christmas event going on that day that I will have to miss. The good news is it'll go on without me with a lot of Packers fans there that'll be sad after the Bears beat the Packers that day. So I guess there's a silver lining there, but I will have to miss that, and that sucks. But also, there is only one day probably on the entire NFL calendar that I am even remotely conflicted about watching the NFL, especially NFL versus college football, because they do a great job of not having that conflict.
Starting to feel Hoge's heart right now. It's beautiful. Go ahead.
That is the day of the college football triple header.
Right.
The first round of the playoffs. And the Bears will be going up against those college football games. And I'm not saying we can't multitask and figure it all out, but that's a great day of college football. So to have the Bears play the same day, I am selfishly upset about that.
Why are they saying 3:30 or 6?
Because it might be at 3:30, it might be at 6.
I actually saw that. Wait.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Did they clarify that when the schedule came out? It still says TBD. That's a great question, Greg. I do not have the answer to right now, because what doesn't make sense about that is we know it's going to be a doubleheader, I believe. But if it was 3:30 or 7, that would make sense, because that would have 3:36. That's not. The games aren't staggered correctly.
I think they didn't understand the time zones. That's why it was 3:30 or 6. They meant 3:30 or 7.
It's either a mistake like that, or because of the college football playoff, they haven't figured out when they want to put those NFL games to make it all work out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Greg, we'll tell them that you registered that complaint on the CHGO Bears podcast, and we'll get it rectified as soon as possible.
That's fine. Be watching Notre Dame, make their run to a national championship.
Get right back
now
there.
that they've got me believing after last year.
You were a diehard. What was their quarterback's name?
I don't want to do this right now. Just pay attention to the dang rundown.
All right.
Riley Leonard.
The dang rundown.
I got you.
The Luau dang rundown. Hey, all right. So what I'm pissed about, I'm out here for you, the Bear fan, because I know that
I'm upset about this one too.
I know that you will do whatever it takes to be the best Bear fan you can be. And I know that eventually, sooner than later, the Bears are going to get their dome stadium, so this won't matter. But it still matters now.
Hallelujah.
And hallelujah indeed. The fact that 3 of the last 4 games are at home, week 15, week 16, week 18, and I know that The climate tends to be changing around here. Like last year, we had 2 days of snow. But that's just a grind. I like early season home games. Put them on the road late, or at least like split it. 3 out of the last 4 got to be home at the end of December and January. That sucks.
For you?
Yeah, and a lot of Bears fans who don't want to go out there and stand there with their shorts and then their thumb up their butt like you will when it's 10 below and just have a great time.
We all have our kinks.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But, like, look, Bears fans would rather go to a game. The price for Bears tickets in September and October are much higher because it's nice to go in the nice weather. When it's freezing, it sucks.
I love our tailgates no matter the weather, but
I love them too.
Greg, you know it's definitely nicer when you guys don't have to lug those heat lamps out there.
It's never even that cold. It doesn't get cold like that until once we're like, if it's that cold, we're in the playoffs because December is never really that cold.
I'm with you. And it was like 55 degrees on that December 26th game last year.
Yeah. And it didn't even rain until the game started. It was against the Seahawks.
I love that our chat's like, I love all the cold games.
Anybody, listen, you don't go to Bears games. So you don't. When's the last Bears game you've gone to?
It's a fair comeback.
The people that go to Bears games love the cold weather games.
The ones
it's easier to stay warm.
Why are there less people in the stands for the cold weather games?
Because at that time we
they suck usually.
That's another point. That's exactly right. If they suck again, no one will show up. And we'll have 5 people out there. And then George McCaskey's going to be out there blaming Lions fans for buying his tickets. We don't need that.
That's the other point.
They're not going to suck, and it's going to be an advantage that they play 3 of their last 4 games at home. How about that, Carm?
I like that
and then
thought. I like that thought. That's
right.
Unfortunately, they're paying a bunch of cold weather teams.
But here's the other thing, too.
They're not like getting like the Rams.
Caleb wants to play
cold weather games are advantage Bears when it's at home. Super chat.
Let's go.
From Craig Leach, $50 saying there's no such thing as bad weather for football. Only poor clothing choices.
Exactly. And I'm getting chastised the other day for being dressed appropriately at practice. And you were cold.
That's another thing. Tough guy over here now is wearing long underwear in May. And you're actually with me on this take. You said, I believe I heard you say that you're with me on this 15, 16, 18 at home. So I take it back.
Well, because of the tailgates. It is the selfish. It's the selfish.
It's easier to stay warm in the cold than it is to stay cool in the hot. So, does that make sense? Does that make sense to you?
It's easier to stay warm in the cold than cool in the hot.
Right. You can't escape from heat. But when it's cold out, you can wear layers.
That is true. But although my body temperature, I think, is actually 5 degrees colder than the average human. So I'm just like always cold, which is why I'm wearing a hoodie right now.
Because when it's hot out and you're in the stands, you are roasting because you've got that reflect.
So you walk to the shade.
You walk to the shade. Yeah. You don't move from your seat.
Your brag's in the stands. There's not an aisle you haven't snuck into. Don't tell me you're going to sit there.
But that's because I'm eyeballing where the touchdowns are going, not where the shade is. You're in the shade.
Okay. Enough on this. Braggs, what's your selfishly pissed game?
Carm is selfishly pissing me off. My week 2 game is my selfishly pissed game against the Lions. Why isn't this game on primetime? It's Ben Johnson's first matchup, first time going back to Detroit, first time playing the Lions. How is this game not on primetime? I understand you have the week 1 Monday Night Football game. You could have put week 1 Bears-Lions, but then you have the Lions play the Packers like anyone cares about that rivalry. Jordan Love versus Jared Goff. Boring. Could have had the Bears and Lions on Monday Night Football. Ben Johnson returning to Detroit. I'll take the home game week 1, but they should have moved things around to make the homecoming for Ben Johnson to Detroit on primetime. That's a miss by the NFL. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm with you, but let me check something real quick. I 100% agree with you, but there might be one. No, CBS has the week 1 game. Okay, then this is wrong too. I was going to say that if CBS has the doubleheader in week 2, then you might still get Fox's A-Team, which includes Tom Brady on this game. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's right.
To not even it's a noon game, right?
It's a noon game.
To not even have it at 3:25.
It's very surprising.
Disrespectful is what it is.
What's weird about that week is that the Eagles and the Chiefs are at 3:25. You would think with what they do with the Chiefs, they would put that on Sunday Night Football, right?
Yeah. Who's got that game? Fox or CBS?
Fox.
In week 2?
Week 2.
Yeah, so that's the Brady game. Yeah. Well, that means they're allowed to claim games, and that means Fox sold out on that game, and they really wanted it to.
All right, Fox, you'll sell out.
It's weird that wasn't put in a bigger window. I'm with you on that one. Okay.
So the Bears have, how many primetime games? The Minnesota, Washington. Are we counting Black Friday as a primetime game, even though it's at 2 o'clock?
And that
the Saturday game, we don't know the time of that against the Packers. And then you have the 7:20 against the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. With the opportunity of the Steelers and the Lions last week of the season being flexed, if Aaron Rodgers is with the Steelers or if the Bears-Lions game has any implications. So the NFL, most of the time, I know Chicago's a big market. Bears fans are going to come in droves to watch primetime games, so it's not a requirement for the Bears to be back, to be slated in the primetime. But at the same time, obviously the NFL thinks they're going to be competitive, putting them in the Sunday night window, second to last week of the season against a non-divisional opponent. Yet they did that last year with Seattle, and that didn't happen.
Steven, what do you got here?
Week 17 at the 49ers. Now, the 49ers are going to be hard at any time of the year, but Week 17 isn't great for the Bears because that gives Brandon Ayuk more time to recover from his torn ACL. Deebo Samuel got shipped out of town. It's just Jawan Jennings and Brandon Ayuk. Both those guys have plenty of time to be healthy, and I don't want the 49ers at full strength against the Bears, particularly with the Bears playing them at San Francisco.
Fair. I'm annoyed just going through the schedule right now. The Chiefs at the Giants, week 3, that's your Sunday night football game? Who the F cares about that game?
Yeah, that game's kind of gross.
Dude, I don't want the Bears playing on Sunday night, but Cowboys-Bears is way more fun, way more
storyline.
Way more storylines, right?
Russell Wilson?
You tell me.
I guess Jackson Dart might be playing that. I don't know. Probably. Who knows?
That week, the schedule that week is not. Well, you could have done Eagles and Rams.
Bears Cowboys is a better game than that.
I agree,
but they're the afternoon game.
I agree.
So I don't know.
3:25 window.
All right, we make our predictions. Here we go. I always love making predictions in May. They're never wrong, and
we're redoing this. There's a caveat. These are the predictions today, but not before the season.
Of course.
That's every year.
Okay.
Welcome to CHGO Sports.
Well, I just want to make sure the listeners know that. I know that, and you know that because you're so smart. But I want to make sure that King Book of World knows that.
These are the viewers.
I'm worried about King Book of World and Shaheed Johnson and Chubbs and the Gooch.
Yeah.
Dude, the Gooch.
The Gooch. Here I am sitting here on May 14th. This is what I'm thinking. Week 1, I got them losing to the Vikings. And I don't really know why. Just sort of a gut feeling here. Ben Johnson and the Lions put up 31 points in both meetings against the Vikings a year ago. But as many people pointed out to me on Twitter today, it's not the same team. And I think that Week 18 loss that the Lions had to the Vikings had to Ben Johnson, and just for whatever reason, here's what it really is. And I don't need to do this much breakdown on every single game, but we saw what the Caleb Williams versus Brian Flores thing looked like last year. And it's a tough matchup out of the gate against that defense for me. And I think it'll be better, but I think there'll be some growing pains. However, don't get too upset about that. Because I think the Bears flip it around in week 2. They go all out for their new head coach, coming off the loss, and they beat the Lions in Ben Johnson's homecoming game, even and out at 1-1. Week 3 against the Cowboys, that's a W against Matt Eberflus's defense at home. Week 4, going to Vegas. Place is going to be full of Bears fans, and there the Bears are sitting at 3-1 despite losing in week 1 to the Vikings. Coming out of the bye, I already talked about the bad mojo with the Commanders and stuff like that. I don't like it. Monday Night Football again. Bears lose again. So they're 0-2 on Monday Night Football. Come home against the Saints. I think the Saints are garbage. I think they're going to be tanking. I think they're going to be – they might have the number 1 pick in the draft next year. That's a win. Back-to-back games against the Ravens and Bengals. I thought about giving the Bengals game a W for the Bears. It wouldn't shock me, but I'm going to go with my head on that one. Bears lose back-to-back games there against the NFC North. Another run of wins here in a row. Giants at home, W. They flipped the script on the Vikings on the road and beat Minnesota there. Steelers at home. Went over that one earlier. I doubt Aaron Rodgers is even playing by then if he's even on the team. Bears beat the Steelers. Black Friday against the Eagles. That's a tough one. I have too many bad memories of covering Bears-Eagles games in Philly. They just never go well. That's a loss. Packers. Here we go with the rivalry. The monkey is off the back. I went for years saying I would not pick the Bears to beat the Packers until they finally did it. They did it. So now I get to say I am picking the Bears to beat the Packers at Lambeau.
All right. So what's your total?
Still not there yet. Week 15, Browns. That's a W. Week 16, however, we're going to make this a real rivalry. Packers get revenge on the Bears a couple weeks later. 49ers, don't like the timing of that game, going out west, night game. I don't know. Maybe give them a chance, but I got them losing. And then I got them coming home, beating the Lions in a huge Week 18 game that at 10-7 would have playoff implications, you would hope. So I got them going 10-7. I think that's relatively realistic right now.
10-7, huh, Hoge? Well, I got us starting out red hot, baby. Win over Minnesota, lost to Detroit, beat the Cowboys, beat the Raiders, beat the Commanders, beat the Saints. City's going absolutely bananas. The Bears are 5-1.
Please talk in your microphone.
I can't believe I wasn't in the microphone. Where is this thing? Sorry. 5-1 to start the season. The Chicago Bears. Greg Braggs hasn't worn pants for 3 weeks straight. It's amazing. Then, of course, the downturn comes.
Can we get that clipped?
Lose to the Ravens, lose to the Bengals, beat the Giants, lose to the Vikings. So you lose 3 of 4. Now you're sitting there with 4 losses, and I think we're 6-4, something like that. What are you doing? I don't understand what the problem is.
What are you doing, Hoge?
What's happening? What is happening?
We're getting the microphone.
It takes a village here, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't understand.
I wish everyone saw all the behind the scenes going on right there.
Okay, I'm completely bedazzled. Is Hoge leaving now? All right, where am I at here? This thing doesn't.
No, I'll handle that. You talk.
Oh, I'm talking. Okay, I want to go home. I don't even know where I am. Okay, 3 of 4. All right, I got to beat the Steelers, losing to the Eagles, losing at Green Bay. I see that Braggs is the only meatball island who's got a sweep in Green Bay. Shout out to Gregory.
You spoil my schedule.
Whatever, I don't care. Browns win at home.
Shut your mouth.
Browns win at home. Packers win at home. Lose to the Niners. All on the line. Make the playoffs. Don't make the playoffs. Detroit at home to validate everything that happened this offseason. And yes, they beat Detroit 10-7. Bears go to the playoffs. Braggs doesn't wear pants for the rest of the offseason.
No pants needed when that happens. All right. Let's get to mine now that – yes, Steven?
You have 2. You broke the rules.
Did I break the rules?
Yeah.
He has 2 what?
He has 2 schedule predictions.
I have – well, let's get to it here. Let's get to it here. Well, let's just get to this here.
This is the one you're doing.
Just shut up. I'm doing my thing. Vikings win. Cowboys win. Raiders win. 3-1 before the bye. They are going to lose to Detroit when Ben Johnson returns home. Dan Campbell, I know Ben Johnson leaving Detroit is a tough blow for Detroit, but Dan Campbell does know what Ben Johnson likes to do. Bears are still early in their chemistry building. Dan Campbell will take advantage of that with some aggressiveness. So that's the one loss. 3-1 before the bye. I like that. Then we're coming out of that. Revenge is a dish best served cold. The Chicago Bears are taking down the Washington Commanders. Saints on a short week. Easy money. We know they're taking that. So I'm right there with you, Mark Carman. The Bears are going to come out real hot to start the season. But Ravens, Bengals on the road back-to-back. Don't like that. Giants, like that. We'll take the win there. Vikings, all right. Going to beat them twice. Easy money. Come on. I'll take Caleb. Did you see how Caleb did against the Vikings in 2 games this year? Now we've got some help. The cavalry's on the way. I'll take that. Steelers on the road. Or no, the Steelers are at home. I'm sorry. Getting messed up here with my whites and oranges. But yeah, it is. It's messing me up. And so I'm going to take the L with Aaron Rodgers. He has owned Chicago here. Don't give me that look. At least I'm talking to the mic, you moron. Eagles on the road. That's a loss. But Packers, that's right. Beating them twice. Yeah. Sandwiched in between. The Browns, that's an easy win. 3 straight wins there. And then, of course, the Niners. That's the game I'm worried about most at the end of the year. And then finishing the year against the Lions with a dub on Sunday Night Football for the right to win the division. That's right.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions will play on Sunday Night Football. Clip it right now to end the season, and the Chicago Bears will win the division here in the NFC North.
Yeah.
Let's give a round of applause for Ben Johnson. Thank you, Kevin Wells.
They're going 5-1 against the NFC North.
All right.
Cody and Luke and Patrick are all here just cheering you on, Greg. You're doing great.
But I made a promise to all of you.
The Cubs must be losing because they're awfully quiet.
I made a promise to you guys. I made a promise to the fans. Made a promise to everyone in this office that I wasn't going to be an idiot this offseason.
And here you are.
No hype allowed. So this is my no hype schedule. Sit down, Patrick, and listen to my no hype schedule. Pull it up. This is my no hype schedule for the Chicago Bears. They lose to the Vikings right out the gate. Too much for us to handle. Ben Johnson versus Kevin O'Connell. Don't like it. Lost to Dan Campbell and the Lions. Not good enough to beat them. Lost to the Cowboys because they're reeling at this point. 0-2. Now they're staring 0-3 in the face. Too much pressure. I'll give them the win in Vegas because we're going to be in Vegas. Dang it. Commanders, like you guys said, we got to keep watching the Hail Mary over and over. It gets in their head. Saints, no way we lose to them. Ravens, Bengals, same reason as before. Too tough a matchup on the road. Get the Giants, easy money. Lost to the Vikings, lost to the Eagles, lost to the Packers, lost to the Packers again, lost to the Niners, 4-13 on the season for my no hype schedule. Bears, you got to prove it. You got to prove it this year. No more hype, no more talk, no more pom-poms, no more honey bear. Damn it. It's time for this team to put up or shut up and prove it this season. I'm tired of the talk. I'm tired of these stupid predictions. And I want my damn Bears to win some football games before I say something stupid on the air.
I don't really understand what was the point of that.
I mean, why?
I'm with the chat. What was the point of that?
Don't worry about the point of that. The point is to shut up, no hype. Let's just go into the season and win some football games. I'm tired of this.
I mean, I already screenshotted and tweeted that out.
Why didn't you just stick with the no hype? Why'd you have to do the first one?
Because we have some meatball. It's the yin and the yang.
This is what Greg does. You know what he's a Bears politician.
How long?
He's constantly playing both sides.
I'm not playing both sides.
That's exactly what you did.
Listen.
You had 11-6 and 4-13.
That's my heart. The other one is just the no hype. But I want this team to earn it.
Your heart's not on a side? Which side is the heart on?
The heart's
the heart, no
the
side?
heart's for the 11 wins.
Okay, I got it.
But the other one is just to challenge the Bears. I'm challenging the Bears.
Oh, okay.
I
think it'll work.
You did it. You
Cole,
you cracked
this year.
You cracked the code. You cracked it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You just did it.
You just guaranteed a week 1 victory. Because you put that out.
You were so brilliant.
Cole Kmet's
What's the average? You're the math guy here. Bragg's math.
What, between the two?
Yeah.
It's 7 games. It's 7.5. 7.5.
7.5. That's the line.
You know how to add 11 plus 4
divided
by 2.
Talking to the mic. You idiot.
Okay, let's relax.
All right, I'm sorry.
11 plus 4 is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5.
I can totally see why you struggle with your homework assignments.
Hey, on a thank you, by the way, for everybody checking us out tonight on a 7 o'clock show. We're here Monday through Friday at noon. We're here for pre and post during the season. We're here for any breaking news. We are your home for all Bears content all the time. Whenever it's happening, we're here for you. Shout out to Kerry Huss, our guy, the MVP, who was at our draft party, who visited us in Arizona. $100 from the Huss out of nowhere. Stoked for the season. Dropping my deposit for Vegas tonight. Huss is on the move again. Going to be an amazing year. Can't wait to see you boys again in Viva Las Vegas.
Dude,
Viva La Hope.
Man. Can't wait to see you, Carrie. Now, Steven, pull up my 8 and 9 schedule. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I like how I've been doing nothing but making graphics this entire show, and you just say, make 2 for me.
Yeah.
You had him do that in the middle of the show?
No, the whole time.
I told him a long time ago that that's what I was going to do.
We did the selfishly this or that. So, well, Bragg selfishly made me make 2 graphics for him.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm definitely tweeting that out.
I mean, just put the 4 and 13 out there.
Steven's supposed to do his.
Yeah.
Let's go, Steven.
All right. Apparently, I'm going to be the pessimist here.
No, that guy had 4 wins.
Well, that's true. He's half pessimist, half ridiculous.
I'm just a man.
All right. We're starting out against J.J. McCarthy, who has yet to play a game. He's effectively a rookie. We're going to win that game. Week 2, Lions. It's the Lions. They're tough. Ben Johnson's still getting his footing. That's a loss. Cowboys. That's a win. Week 3. Dak Prescott maybe not fully healthy yet. Week 4, we don't need no Ashton Genty. We beat the Raiders.
We forgot about that part.
Yeah, that's a thing. Commanders, Week 6. I have this one being a loss. I hate saying that. I really want revenge, but they're a tough team right now, and they just added Deebo Samuel as well. Week 7 versus the Saints. They're arguably the worst team in the NFL. I predict they will be. That's a win. Week 8 versus the Ravens. The Ravens are tough. I mean, that game to win, you might have to put up 40 points. Speaking of putting up 40 points, that's what the Bears are going to do in Week 9 in a win versus the Bengals. Trey Hendrickson won't be on that team anymore, so it's just going to be an offensive shootout. Giants suck. Week 10, easy dub. Week 11, Vikings. We're going to split with them. We lose on the road to the Vikings there. Week 12 versus the Steelers. I'm not feeling the Aaron Rodgers thing. I feel like if he was going to sign, he would have already done it. I'm saying that's a win. Week 13 and 14, Eagles, Packers, back-to-back on the road. Those are 2 tough losses. I hate to say it. Week 15, Browns, speaking of bad teams from earlier, they're right up there with the Saints as one of the worst. That's an easy win. Week 16 versus the Packers, I hate to say it, we lose both. I'm the only one that picked that. Bears lose both games to the Packers. Week 17 versus the 49ers on the road, that's tough. I mentioned the Brandon Ayuk angle. I think we lose that, but we win a Week 18 matchup versus the Lions, where they're resting some of their starters, to finish 9-8 on the season.
It's a 2-5 stretch in there.
Well, the way I looked at this is you pretty much have to win 6 out of – you got to win 5 out of, 7? How many home games? No, you have to go 6-2 at your home games for me to have the Bears making the playoffs.
That just according to a former GM that yelled at me once for making that argument.
But, I mean, you just look at it right here. You have – look at the bottom 4 on home there. You have to win all 4 of those, and then you have to win 2 out of the 4 on the top. That's the way I have the Bears making the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And then you still have to split those away games. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, because if you 6-2 at home and you go 4-5 on the road, then you're 10-7.
Yeah.
And you're not even guaranteed to get in the playoffs at 10-7.
It's a tough schedule.
It's a tough schedule, but they've got easier home games than road games, and the majority of their home games are put in the back. So all of us have them starting out fast in some regard, some faster than others. So, I mean, it's a lot like last year, right, where you have this opportunity to get off to a 4-2 or better start and then try to get to the back end of the season. Nobody knew the atomic bomb that was coming where the Bears lose 10 games in a row. But that's what's so frustrating about the Bears is you look at their schedule every year. We've done this. We did this last year at this time, and each team picks 10 wins. Each guy picks 10 wins, and then they I just don't understand how it doesn't happen. So, like, it's a tongue-in-cheek thing, 4-13, but it's like at some point the Bears got to prove that they're going to do the expected. Like you said, Hoge, when the Bears finally did what they should do this offseason and hire Ben Johnson, revamp their O-line, and build depth on their roster. Like, now do the expected on the schedule and win 9 games or more. You have it all on paper. You have the coach. Now go out and do it.
So, I mean, I don't. If they're doing that all offseason, I think it should carry over to the season. I mean, ideally.
Should.
Do we have a lot of supers to get to?
We have 18.
Okay. It's rapid fire, Carm.
Rapid fire, $50 more from the Huss.
Yeah, Huss. CHGO road trip to Vegas just happens to fall on my birthday weekend.
Let's go.
Epic.
Birthday. We will be singing Hans Kaleva.
Slightly worried, but
Huss is coming strong. Hans Kaleva for you, the great Camden Magamon birthday song. I'll sing it for you too, Gregory, if you want me to. Not Your Average Jane. Can we get Not Your Average Jane in there? $5. Please, no hype. I said the same thing last year, and there was hype, and we sucked. So level head, stay optimistic, but realistic. Listen, we'll have a very realistic before the season starts. But the rule on May the 14th is that you do get hyped when the schedule comes out. Come on.
17-0, my friends.
I mean, 10-7 is 17-0 in Bears land at this point.
Chubbs 82, $5. I will be going to the Vegas game. I look forward to seeing you all there.
Oh, the full Chubbs is coming in. Vegas Chubbs.
No half Chubb.
No half Chubb in Vegas.
He's full Chubb.
Full chubby Vegas.
Full Chubb in Vegas.
Gardenhoser, $5. I lost Hoge. Braggs, I have come around. I will accept you as a Notre Dame fan. Hoge and Carm, keep up the great work. We'll become a diehard on Friday. Bear the F down, boys. Gardenhoser. Gardenair. We appreciate
Gardenier.
that. Vegan pizza dad? What is this? My girlfriend's father? How do you guys feel about the city of Chicago paying out a boatload of money to get the UFC there in August alongside the stadium convos? I've seen the UFC in Chicago, and it was amazing. I'd feel great about that.
Is that Soldier Field?
No, it was at the United Center. It was awesome.
What's this, though? What does it have to do with the stadium?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
But Vegan Pizza Dad's got an angle, and we'll just have to figure that out over time. Dr. Bunny, Kelly Witten, our hero, $10. It was great hanging out with you guys in Phoenix, despite the hiccups. I think she's talking about you, Gregory. I'll be there. I'm bringing the cupcakes.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Bunny makes the greatest cupcakes ever. It's going to be incredible. You should come to Vegas just for Dr. Bunny's cupcakes. That was a little bit weird.
She also gave Greg a concussion.
Greg asked somebody to hit him, and she willingly did it.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, little wake-up.
Look, to be clear, there was a long line of people who were willing to do it. Some of us were worried about getting fired. So she came through.
I thought I
consented. Somebody smacked me.
It was by far the weirdest moment of the trip in perhaps my life as far as working goes. Never see that before, and really actually hope to never see it again. But that did happen, so anything's possible.
You're so
Chubbs
soft.
82, $5. Right. Chubbs and Braggs in Vegas together. What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Can you please change your name?
Change your name.
Just Chubbs and Braggs. Okay. Jamin Terry, $20. Imagine it's week 16, Saturday afternoon. Bears at home versus the Packers. Caleb Williams on that day not only beats Eric Kramer's passing record, but also finally gets the 4,000 yards, and the Bears win. No one is going to sleep that night.
That's a good see your future, be your future, Jamin Terry. I like that. Good job.
Like it.
Jacob Plantinga.
Love
a good Tinga taco. Shout out to you, Jacob. Carm, I'd rather get knitting lessons from Floos than getting tennis lessons from you. Bear down. Look here, look here, Plantinga.
That's a great point.
Plantinga. I thought we were going to be best friends, and now you just became a Plantinga, and that's just unfortunate. But that's fine. You're a Plantinga. Can I? You'll learn the great sport of tennis.
That was a weak comeback. Oh man, I thought you had something better lined up.
You didn't like the Plantinga comment?
No, it hurt his feelings, so he didn't have a good comeback.
IL 128.
It did hurt my feelings.
$2.
You're absolutely right.
Not a fear year. Bring it. I'm with you.
Damn right.
Scared ass Bears fans.
Guy Finley, $10. Adam, you are suffering from incompetent Bears coaching Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Our head coach was a double major in computer science and math. He can figure out the schedule changes. Stop worrying, for F's sake.
Almost said it.
Yeah.
I'm not a profanity guy on the show, even though we're allowed to do that. I'm a professional. Damn it.
We're after the hour. I think we're allowed to.
All right,
Jonathan
for fuck's
Otten,
sake,
five.
indeed.
It's like after hours. $5 from Jonathan Otten. Really looking forward to the Bears not sucking this year and listening to those post-victory pods. Love you guys. You get me through my weeks. Bear down.
J.O., you're the man.
Also, another $2. Carm, love that Jordan voice yesterday. Need more.
It was perfect precision because I'm going to be a prognosticator.
Rubber Duck Productions, $5 from Greensboro, North Carolina. Already bought tickets for the Giants game for the family. Can you guys get my wife, Stephanie, hyped up? You guys rocked. Bear down.
Great game to buy in. Love it. Stephanie, you're going to have the best time ever. Chicago's the greatest.
And come out to the tailgate, of course. I mean, tailgates, if you want to get hyped up, coming to our tailgates will do exactly that.
Way to go, Rubber Duck. I'm proud of you.
And the Gooch,
Oh, the Gooch.
$5. Toot the Gooch, Carm.
Gooch, I don't have the harmonica with me today, unfortunately. It's a faux pas, and I apologize. But we'll harmonica tomorrow, and you will be fully tooted.
Craig Leach, $20. That camera angle of Hoge directing Carm is refreshing. Was there something wrong with what I was doing? Or
No, he's saying it was nice.
They love a full mockage. I appreciate.
I was just worried that, like, I don't know, the angle, something. I don't know. You know, gotta be careful with angles.
Nuku!
The nuke.
Nuku, you put a smile on our face. You know this. Whenever we see you, $5. All love to you guys as always. I love the content. Still watching every day. 11-6 is my early prediction. Bear down. Love it.
That's what I had.
No, you lost that prediction. The last one you did sticks. Cornell Bryant, $2. If Bears get Trey Hendrickson and Caleb is in the MVP race, 12-5.
Let's go, Cornell. Somebody did a great short
By the
about
way,
Trey
if
Hendrickson yesterday.
If Caleb's in the MVP race, they're at least 12-5. Crystal, we know her, $5. See you guys in Vegas.
Look at the new avatar for Crystal. She's looking ravishing with the hair and the whole scene there. Wow.
Big star on the
And a great softball player.
the Bliss cast.
1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
Did you guys talk about how I watched or I listened to the Bliss cast?
I didn't, but I should have. And shout out to the Bliss cast.
Am I the only one who calls it that?
I think so, but that's
It
a
makes
good.
sense though. It was live streaming the game the other night. It was great.
It was
You guys were up 18-2.
just
I'm a little suspicious about your team, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
You need to learn your new coworkers. They're very good at being coworkers.
They definitely work here. Kelly, $5. Cupcakes and concussions. My specialty.
Yeah. Eat the cupcake, get a concussion.
Yeah. Chubbs82. Chubbs was the name of my dog that died. How do you feel now, Adam? Like crap. Adam hates dogs.
Adam hates dead dogs. Wow.
That sucks for you, Hoge. You made Chubbs feel the death of his dog pain again, and we all know that we don't need that.
Look at
$2
that
more
picture.
from Joke. 17-0 Joke, Adam. You're probably just a cat man.
I am. I have 2 cats. My dog also died. So now, how do you feel now, Chubbs?
Wow. A dead dog off.
It does make sense now that the dog avatar and Chubbs is a way better dog name than
Chubbs, like
human
from Happy Gilmore.
All right. Great show today, guys. We're back tomorrow with a extravaganza as well at noon. Right? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button.
We want the preseason schedule.
Oh yeah, we should do that. We absolutely
I
should.
don't even know what it is.
I know what it is.
I could read it off if you need it.
There's 3 preseason games. That's how that works.
Well, we knew that.
Bears open preseason at home against the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh.
Then they host the Bills. and they close out the preseason against the Kansas City Chiefs.
They love playing the Bills and Chiefs.
Yeah, they really do.
We got
2 years
dates
in a row,
on
right?
those?
Yeah, that's like might be 3 years in a row on the Bills.
We
have dates. Well, 2 of them are dates.
The Ryan Bates revenge game.
August 17th, Bills. That's right in the middle of
Sunday
camps.
night game.
Great. Good luck for you guys on that one.
Why? The U.S. Open?
He's got to go to camp.
That's family camp.
What week?
August
17th.
Okay. I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah,
You can miss the August 17th game, but I got to miss the August 22nd.
no problem. Done.
Deal.
Great. Love you. See you week 1.
And I'll be here for all 3.
Hoge's got to do all 3.
with Steven. No, Steven's out too.
I think I'm missing one of those.
When the Bears play, you work. That's how this works. And we will not talk about how I missed a preseason game last year.
I'll tell you.
And the year before that.
I'll tell you this much. Jaqueline will want us to leave on Sunday and be back for that game because school starts on the 20th, which is ridiculous.
I like how we're negotiating what games we'll miss.
3 days
And
later.
Jake's probably just watching
wanna
this
be
like, hey, what the heck? Oh, man.
Wow. Pizzatola, great
This is
show,
tough for
except
me.
Steven. I just moved up in the Pizzatola
He's
land
mad
for a
at
day.
Steven for
missing a game. He should be.
No, he's
No.
mad at him about
Doesn't like his
one
records.
of the picks he had.
Yeah, what was it?
The Lions one?
Yeah, me saying the Lions are running away with the division.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's mad at you about that.
I get it.
All right, Grace Carman is up 3-0 with 10 minutes left. I'm going to go take a picture with my niece.
Real quick, though. Here's why that was an awful take.
Okay.
Because last year they lost 2 games the entire season. And did they run away with the division?
No, because the Vikings were so good.
Well, so
The Vikings aren't going to be
but
that
that's
good
my
this year.
point. How are they running away with the division? It might not be the Bears that they're competing against, but it's a good division.
They're the best team in that good division.
All right. Steven's off the show. Greg's off the show for 4, and all of them are off the show in the preseason. I'll be here by myself. How about that?
Bear down, Adam Hoge, dominating the preseason when his coworkers leave.
Well, according to Twitter, we dominated tonight. Thank you all for the support.
Hey-o.
CHGO. Victory!
See you tomorrow.
Noon.
We all silly like the mayor.